Hey guys, this is Tim from Capes and Scowls. You can find me at Twitter at mad_dog_Tim. And you can find our podcast at capesandscowlspodcast.com or on most of your podcasting apps. If you wanted to email us for any reason, get in touch with us. It's at capesandscowlspodcast@gmail.com. Today, another trade recommendation. And before I do a trade recommendation, isn't the new Doctor Strange pop pretty sweet? I think he's pretty cool. I'm very picky about the pops. I usually don't like them, but it was Doctor Strange, and I never thought that's a thing I would see. But today we're going to talk about FBP, the Federal Bureau of Physics. FBP was originally called Collider, so if you ever read that and you're confused, they had to change their name for legal reasons. It's a long story. We don't need to get into it. Let's talk about Volume 1 of FBP. Like I said, Federal Bureau of Physics. The book is a very cool idea. It's by Simon Oliver. The art by Robbie Rodriguez. Awesome. So the idea is if you had some sort of emergency, you call 911, you would have the options of an ambulance, a fire truck, police, or physics. And if you had a physics problem, if physics just weren't working out correctly, then you would have these people come to solve your problem. Here's just an example of some of the art. I don't want to give away too much, but this book's really cool. The art, I think, helps the story a lot. If this had more generic artwork, I don't think it would really gel as good. So I hope these two stay on the book for the course of the life of the book. Basically, something is wrong. For example, in this volume, there is a bubble universe that pops up around an actual city, making a mirror city kind of above it. They need to go into that and try to contain it before it bursts. They need to try to get people out of it, and they need to try to keep the damage at a minimum if they can't stop it. You learn a lot about the main characters. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird how it's such a small team of people taking care of such a big problem. And it feels almost like it's not regulated quite right. It really just feels like these four guys it feels Ghostbusters, where it's like, we'll call those four guys. They'll go in there and they'll take care of the problem. The book's pretty cool though. I don't want to. I think, is it the best executed book? No, but I feel like it is such an original idea and such a fun idea, and it has almost limitless possibilities. I guess the only complaint I've ever heard is I actually have a friend who is a physicist, and I gave him the book, and he could not read it. He said that it's all garbage. So if you're actually a physicist, you may not like that. If you're somewhere deeply rooted in science, you may not like the plausibility of the book. But it's a comic book. To the layman like me, I thought it was great. I will continue to read the series. I've only read this trade and a few issues beyond it. I will continue to read this book. I think it's a really good book. And, I mean, you got to be able to suspend your disbelief, right? So, I enjoyed the book. I thought it was good. I recommend it to anybody who wants something different, something non-superhero, but still a little bit action-packed. This is a great book for you. So, like I said, Federal Bureau of Physics. It is, in fact, a Vertigo book, which is DC-owned. Vertigo is actually really good right now as Image, Valiant. A lot of these companies, IDW, that you may be passing on because you love the big two. I'm telling you, expand your horizons because the big two is not always the best. I'm Tim for Capes and Scowls. You can find me again at mad_dog_Tim. And thank you for checking us out. Make sure you subscribe on iTunes. You subscribe through podcast apps. I don't really care how you do it. You rate, review, you comment. You do what you do. You do you, guy. Thank you.